Hello! What's up? Hello? Apparently, I am live. Although, we'll see how that holds up with the internet. Alrighty. So, as none of you are on yet, I will just be fooling around with my new Chronos. For any of you who are watching later, I recently got a Chronos. Just today, actually, in the mail. Have some random headshot ammo on here. But, super excited because hello, Skylar. Hi, how are you doing, Skyly? Hello, Taggy the Second. How are you all? Alright, so recently, I just got this Chronos today. I have been doing well, thank you for asking. Good. Alright, so I recently got this Chronos just today, and it is, well, I got it for a pretty good price for Australia. Now, it might not sound that great. Yeah, you can get Chronoses everywhere, but not in Australia. So, the plan is, we're going to make this into a Talon mag adapter in here. And then we're going to have a super long barrel and a T-pull, because these grips are a little slippery, even on the stock spring, and that's not the best. I'll just go and get that ammo. No, it's not the worst on stock rival, but easy kit. No, I'm going to be doing it completely DIY. I'll be using a Talon adapter from just the center Talon adapter you can buy anywhere, and then brass breech and some form of spring upgrade. I'm going to either get an adapter, because apparently the spring rest can't quite handle long shot, or might be able to do a BT-27 Blastex higher powered Retaliator spring option. Might be able to do some people use K26, but I think that's going to be a bit low FPS, so I can get you 200. I want a bit higher than 200. I'm thinking 250. Good for a carbine or something. And thank you for, it'll probably take a little while, probably a month or so to create the build. We'll see how shipping goes is the main thing. That will take a while. And yeah, overall, though, I'm really excited to be able to finally build one of these things. 250 for a pistol, nice. Well, yeah, it's going to end up being a carbine. So it's not that small as it is. It's smaller than a Retaliator, but ultimately it is going to end up just a little bit, probably about the same size as a Retaliator without stock, thanks to the ginormous barrel I'll be putting on it. What else have I been doing? Well, one of the things is making a holster. A back holster. I know, it looks like a giant sock, but the idea is... which way does this go on here? So the idea is that this goes here. We go and grab one of these, put it in back here, like so. If I can set this up correctly. Put it back here so I can grab it, pull it out, and fire at a moment's notice. This thing has been slightly modded, dart post removed, so it can shoot two at a time to be the shotgun it needs to be. I lopped off this morning, needs to be filled in with epoxy putty, and all that. Why does it remind you of someone using a machete? I don't know. But, I mean, it could work for a foam machete. This technically would work. It's the right length, right size, but also it's a belt loop, so that way it doesn't wobble around everywhere while I'm running. That is definitely necessary. I don't want it smacking my back 100 times within 10 seconds while I'm running. Any questions, anyone, so far? Hope there'll be a game soon. Yeah, there should be. Next few months probably. We'll see, though. COVID has gone a little nuts, as well as some things have changed. But if there's not games, at least I can just mess around at home and shoot my siblings with it. For the FPS, how's COVID in your place? Pretty good. Barely any cases and the ones that are pretty well contained. Haven't seen any in a while, actually. Except it's quite bad here. Oh, that's bad to hear. Sorry about that. Hopefully it ends soon. It's unlikely, but at least it will end eventually, one way or another. Either everyone gets better, or the human race dies out. That's another option. So another thing that's been happening is I do have a bunch of videos almost ready to go, just finishing editing. There is a group one that is almost ready to go, and I'm hopefully doing another collaboration with someone soon. I have one on a brass breach, but I'm waiting for one more part of the video to be sent to me by someone. So I have to wait until that gets shipped and do that thing. And hello, Slingfire Master. And yes, that was a bit brutal, but it is one option. It's always an option. How's the old honey badger prophecy? That one was a friend's. That I don't own a prophecy. I've done a few retaliators, but I don't. I sadly haven't built one for myself yet. I was going to build a prophecy, decided to get the Chronos instead for something different rather than a retaliator platform. And how's it being maintained? It's being maintained well lubed up. The spring is getting moved in between the matches, and it's going pretty well. Why not get one though? It's not too expensive. Because right now, partially because expanded plunder tubes are out of stock, and also it's about $200 if I were to get it built with a kit, which I'm tempted to do a brass breach for it. But for the higher spring loads, retaliator brass breaches are not as strong as long shot ones. Buy from Taobao? No, not with this shipping as it is. It wouldn't get here within months. It would be much. And also I like supporting new local businesses. It's just something I like to do. Another update is the language barrier is also something. Yeah, language barrier is a bit hard, but I'm not too worried about that. There is the potential of it being a there is potential of it if something goes amiss that I need that, but generally I try and avoid it unless it's truly necessary. Back on this, so this thing's gonna get a video soon once it's painted up. Yes, I am starting to paint blasters, believe it or not. So this just got cut down and sanded today. It's gonna get epoxy pretty similar to how what's his name? Dr. Flux did his. I liked how he did this grip portion. It already has had upgrades for years, for about a year now, but I have not bothered with that until recently because it needs that to go in the sling because it kept hurting my hand whenever I'd pull it out due to it being a bit sharp on that edge. So I just cut that off, sanded it down, and filed it down a bit just to make sure there were no sharp edges. And that's good. And yeah, his is decently cool. Dr. Flux is doing a pretty good job with his channel. Grew fast. He's doing well with the lighting and all those sorts of things. Something I need to get better at. Have I used the BT Scar before? Yes, I have. I have one, although not just here. I need to find it. The BT Scars are very, very nice. They were, I think, the first adjustable scar that wasn't custom made, like that you could buy from store. So you need some suggestions. Yeah, if you have the budget to order it in from overseas, get it. It's an amazing scar, although I do believe there are some very nice ones overseas now as well. I believe there are not as many adjustable ones, but there are some from HK. So Hong Kong is HK. The BT scar is great, but yeah, don't wind it up too much. You'll end up shredding your darts and possibly snapping the fishing wire that's in it, and that's no fun for you. You can get more, but still don't attempt to do that. Since you're from Hong Kong, well, Yeah, if you've got the budget to get it shipped, definitely get it. It's the best scar I've used, and it's very well. Come visit someday after the pandemic. Well, we'll see. That would require a lot of money, and currently, um, it's quite cheap shipping. To be honest, that's good. So yeah, then if it's cheap enough shipping, then definitely, yeah, I'd definitely recommend it. Just one thing to note is, it versus the like injection molded worker one. The worker one, I've found to not be quite as accurate through multiple FPS ranges, but it is also a lot smaller. So if you're worried about not doing any cuts to your muzzles if your muzzle's overlapping it, then maybe it's a good option. Oh, the worker one's okay. It depends what look you're going for, I guess. If you're going for that sleek look, or if you want a suppressor on the end, depends on, yeah. Because I like the look of it on the Honey Badger Prophecy, but not so much on the other version of the Prophecy, the just the usual, the old style Prophecy kits. It does depend on what you're putting it on. You can get worker stuff in less than a week. Well, that's pretty good. Usually Blaster Tech is very good with the shipping. It still is, but yeah, shipping down here's been a bit of a pain. But yeah, I guess since you're in China, you get in, well, or at least next to China, you can get it in pretty quickly. Is Hong Kong still part of China or no? I'm trying to figure that out. BT is way better. Yeah, I'd say the best service I've received is from Blaster Tech so far. Yeah. Well, yes, but no. Okay. That's the problem. Oh, is there like trade disputes or something? Ah, yeah. Okay. Hmm. So, another thing I've been doing is messing around a bit with some flower blasters. All about the yeah, okay, yeah. Protests are a bit of a pain. A lot of protests around the world right now, especially with what's been happening. I've also just messed around with this a little bit. Used it to hopefully help teach someone how to make a MOSFET loom. So if you can see in there is the MOSFET. There is the diode, so it doesn't flush back into the MOSFET, blowing it up. Aurora cage? No, it's just the stock cage. I didn't upgrade much except the motors. I had some old Neo Rhinos, that's why they're still shiny red. And because of that, I was able to just do a quick rewire, show them how to do the MOSFET stuff, and that way, and it performs well. I just need to find I just need to print or get printed a new battery door. Get some red LEDs. That is a future plan for it. Going to do some LEDs in an upcoming blaster. It's going to be good. I'll definitely show it off on the channel. The next flower blaster I'm planning is going to be like 150 FPS. Hopefully metal cage and some LEDs. It sticks to IMRs. Good call, red LED. Yeah. Sticks to IMRs. Ooh. Interesting choice. IMRs are fine for running the LEDs. I don't know about running the motors though. You got to consider not just the voltage but the amperage. If you have the wrong amperage, then it'll, well, potentially cause very bad things to happen to your batteries. You don't like LiPos? Well, then I'd look into NIM batteries, NIMH batteries. They are a lot more stable and they are less likely to explode. The only downside is they're also massive in comparison for the same amount of power. And your place is extremely humid. Yeah, well, here is pretty dry, so I don't have to worry about any water stuff. 85 to 90% constantly. Ouch. That's, I guess, yeah, the closer you live to the equator, that's going to happen, I guess. Your caliburn is rusted. How does your caliburn rust? I'm intrigued. Caliburn rusted. That is sad. The screws have rusted. Oh, yeah, okay. That's happened a couple times with some blasters that have been left outside for too long. Never had it happen to any well-maintained blasters, though. I've ordered one in, and it was outside. I was assuming it was outside for a time because you could see sun fade on the blaster, and then the ones that were out in the sun were a bit rusted. But, ouch, that is nuts. I've been to Singapore once. It was humid. I don't like humidity. I'm fine with heat, not humidity. Humidity is a bit of a pain because it means that you're gonna feel sluggish, and yeah, not fun to deal with. But yeah, this is so with this, most people don't like side facing things, but what they don't realize is people also don't like how long Nerf mags are. This is a Worker 20. Combined, you can actually do CQB better. The best would probably be bullpup, and I could probably turn this into a bullpup pretty easily if I could get an auto pusher of some kind, right? And there's usually a trigger to turn on the LEDs up here, so it'd actually be pretty easy to do. But since it's sideways, then I'd have it in my neck, and that wouldn't be nice. Banana, yes, banana mags, all the bananas. No. But what people don't realize is you can get quite a good CQB blaster out of side-fed mags. And yeah, the Evader is already cool by itself. And yeah, if it did go bullpup, the mag would be really close to my face, but that's fine. I have plans for a bullpup Dominator. Now I have more stuff to do, yay. Yes, I do now, I don't know. I don't even do that. I need to figure out an auto pusher or something. But yeah, I plan to do a bullpup Dominator in the future. We'll see if that plan works out. It does depend, once again, on shipping. Yeah, that's a lot of power. I only plan to start with one cage to make room for select. I put all the controller boards front, so that instead of adding the extra stages, because A, I don't want to be running that big of a LiPo in it. B, I don't need to shred every single dot I own. And C, it would be right next to my ear. And having 3 stages next to your ear is a very quick way to get death. Any plans on reviewing 3D printed blasters? Yes, there are a few plans to do that. So the plan is soon to buy a 3D printer. And then after that, I'll start doing reviews on some of them. I'm planning the grass snake first because it'll be small enough to fit on the print bed. Hopefully a Lepus. If you don't know what that is, it's a really compact full auto pistol, Talon pistol. If there's enough room, the Foxfire modular battle system. That's really good. And I do also have plans to eventually do a review for the Pigeon and the what's the one? The Woozy. If I can get the files for that. I think they got taken down off of Thingiverse, but I'll see about if I can go and get it. FDL someday, yes. If I have the budget for it, an FDL would be great. Could 3D print the brushed version just to commit heresy. Heresy. Also, at the war a while back, turns out someone before he implemented the law that you can't use hard-tip darts left some vinyl jackets behind, full vinyl jackets. Worth every penny, I guess. Well, yeah, but the idea for the Bullpup Dominator is to basically replace my need for that. I don't need brushless. What I do need is select fire. Well, need is an arguable term, but what I do want is select fire. With select fire, I can use it much more efficiently, which is the hardest thing with flywheel blasters. One of the reasons I love Spring is you get one dart, one kill. Well, one tag. The other options, not so much. It does depend on the Springer, of course, but yeah. A 200 FPS blaster here shooting half darts is illegal, supposedly. That sucks. I hope that you can remedy that soon. The advantage to living in Australia is that there are a lot of good options when it comes to blasters. in a lot of Australia. When I say a lot, okay, so in some of Australia, you can use stuff like HPA, which is great. And in the places that you can't, you can still use high-powered springers. Well, airsoft. What? Okay, so 300 FPS caliber coming. Wait, didn't your last one rust? Wouldn't they rust again? You might want to try and find just anything higher than 2 joules is illegal. Okay, I need to look up the energy cap for here. I don't know if we've got an energy cap so much as a what we can fire cap. I know we can't shoot plastic or metal, as that is quite a bad idea to start with and very illegal. And yeah, just don't want to break any laws while doing this. This is a good sport, a good hobby in sport because of those reasons. And yeah, I can just pick up a blaster from the store, quickly mod it, and then yeah, then I can have a fun blaster that can shoot half lengths, that can shoot full lengths, that can shoot whatever I need it to shoot with little to no effort on my part, at least for that thing. And also, since it's legal, I don't have to worry about moral or legal ramifications for that. And that is something that I quite enjoy. There are a couple of things that interest me. Have I been able to get bamboos? No, sadly not. The only way to do that is to import them through an extremely expensive method, and I don't see it as worth it over the Gen 3s or the ACC dots. And yeah, really, that's the thing about all these new blasters. The Pro series from Dart Zone, they while they have good blasters, they're not here. They're not in most of the world, actually. UK is only getting the Nexus soon, and that's just, yeah. They say international shipping is coming in early 2021. Well, I would hope so. But even if it is, international shipping is still very, very expensive. And since it is, it makes it very hard to get it. We technically can get Nexuses and all that in it here. There is a guy that is selling them, but they are way over the price point to make it worth getting. Sorry, don't worry, not corona. But yeah, the Nexus Pro is a very great blaster. Shooting full lengths and half lengths, not sure I'd use the fulls, but still. The only thing I've heard bad about it is the barrel size is too big and it lets darts slide out of it, and I don't like the idea of that. They'd be losing some power through it, I'd assume. The only advantage is it can be used with more darts that way. I'm not sure. Bradley Phillips throws full lengths in the bin. Exactly. I'm working on converting everything to full half lengths, not full lengths. Because, well, why would you use full lengths when you've got a superior ammo type? The only thing I'd use full lengths for is if I was using maybe flywheels. That's about the only option that is okay with full lengths. And even then, you need to be very choosy with your full lengths, otherwise it's still not worth it. Like, I'm not even sure I should have bought these, but they'll be good because I do. Sorry, I do still need to be able to run full lengths if needed because of the super stock wars. They're easier just to find everywhere. So if I still have a flywheel blaster capable of doing that, then that'll be fine. The rest of it will all get changed. Half-length FDL still gets the same and even higher FPS. That is true. However, with half darts, you're pretty much limited to either these or 3D printed variants. Blastech is getting some cool stuff soon that should change it. But anyway, yeah, not much point, but except for the high capacity mags is pretty much the only point to getting the full-length mags. And that said, over in the States, getting full length is actually a lot cheaper as well. Here, not so much. It's about the same for any aftermarket darts, but yeah, over in the States, getting full length is cheaper. So that would be one option if you were in the States. Not sure about anywhere else. That's just what I've heard from them. So yeah, overall future plans are to do this. I have a what's it called, intro and outro in the works, and what else? And I have, what else is it? And I've been working on some brass bridges, so I'll be showing those off soon. Curious, what's your highest FPS blaster? That would have to have been the Specs BZ powered thing, which you guys haven't seen. It was for a customer, so technically not mine. So mine currently is 200 FPS because I haven't built anything higher due to that's the highest I can use right now. The highest, this will be my new highest FPS blaster, and then I'll be making a higher powered long shot. I tried not to go over 200 FPS purely because that's the highest you can play safely indoors. And yeah, that's most of the games I go to. 150 to 200 FPS depending on which day it is. And you only play indoors. Yeah, for indoors you want lower FPS cap, partially because of breakables, partially because you'll be hitting it point blank more often. The advantage is, so I do have something very interesting on the way. So I have recently discovered that Boomco tends to shoot straighter for longer and can go longer for less FPS. So the idea is for 150 FPS limit to use 150 FPS Boomco. And that means that I'll still be able to outrange everyone, but still keep under the FPS limit. Theoretically, it should work well. If it doesn't, well, I've lost nothing except time. And that is something I can get back. Time travel is very important. Boomco darts are actually around the same weight, but yeah, you're correct. All right. Thank you all for watching. I just wanted to do this quick live stream just to show you guys what's been happening in the past few weeks and what will be happening in the future of the channel, and just wanted to hear you guys' points and thoughts about what's been happening. I have been working on a while back, someone commented they wanted to see a battle type video, which is just explaining different battle modes that happen at Nerf Wars. I am working on that. It's just taking a while because of editing and setting up to show it off. No gameplay footage because I haven't been able to get the GoPro working to high enough quality. And yeah, I overall am preparing a lot of videos, just they all come out a bit slowly these days. And I would like to thank you all for watching. By the way, what time is in the time zone? Around 4:30. Yeah, nearing the end of the day. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. I shall see you all next time. End.